Hey, good evening, all FMs. Paul Martin here. Welcome to another edition of the Pandemic Paulcast. It's Thursday, March the 11th, 2021. And it's Poutine for Thursday, of course, here at 315 St. Paul, and also Paycheck for Thursday. We love when those two events coincide. And so to celebrate, I ordered I said last week that I think the Grand Poutine Tour of Kamloops was coming to a close, and then I discovered that I could order from Romeo's Kitchen, and I ordered this amazing. It's called Kimchi's poutine, and it's what's left of it is in there, and it has it's loaded with a kimchi and a spicy sauce, and of course cheese curds and. It is both full of kimchi and cheese and delightful. As you know, I've been seeking out sponsors. This is part of my never-ending quest to find sponsors for courses. And I was thinking I hadn't talked about chemistry yet. Boy, when I think of chemistry, of course, it's important for one of the things you learn in chemistry, of course, is all about the various elements. And I think about my favorite element, copper, which of course has its atomic number is 29, and of course its atomic mass is 63.546. Important to know. And when I think of copper, I think of chemistry 1523, Principles of Chemistry, an important introductory course for us, which I'm happy to announce is now being sponsored by, yes, Copper Brewing, and their fine vanilla coffee porter. Brought to you straight out of Kelowna. No, it's not happening. But anyway, someday someone will listen to me, and we will be rolling in the cash there in Open Learning. Or at least I'll get to sample more beers as we select our sponsors. We have to be very careful about this, of course. So, I don't know how we got here. Here it is. We're talking about poutine and beer and occasionally Open Learning. And it's been a lot in the news today about how, this was it was a year ago today, March 11th, where things really started to shut down sort of in a big way in North America, at least. And March 13th was the last day I spent in the office, and it's really something else to be here a year later. But there is hope, and I think one of the things that has come out in the last several days, earlier this week, was an announcement from the province that we will likely be looking at a return to campus in September, and for on-campus students and probably those of us who work there. Still don't know exactly what that's going to look like and how that will roll out, but promising news. And of course, vaccinations happening on a wide scale. My dad just got vaccinated, his first vaccine in Edmonton, and that's really exciting for us. And so lots going on, and we will keep you posted as things develop for Open Learning. What else is in the news? Oh, we have some very fine news to share in Open Learning, and I'm not sure this has been announced to OLFMs, but you will be pleased to hear this, and I'm sure our students will as well. And that is that there's some changes in the organizational structure, I think, in terms of program advising happening at TRU, and that means that the program advisors, the Open Learning program advisors, and there's 7 of them, are on their way back to working directly in Open Learning. So that's pretty exciting, and they were part of Open Learning before my time here, the majority of which has been in this office here at 315 St. Paul. And but we are really delighted to have them return, and I know the Open Learning team who worked with them before in the past are really excited to have them join us, and we've heard lots of news from those advisors as well, who are excited to be returning to the 4th floor probably in Open Learning. So if you're watching, program advisors, welcome. We're really excited to have you, and we will be sharing more with everybody as that develops. It looks like, I think we're talking about September for a return, but we will keep you apprised of those developments. So that's great news for Open Learning. And then really, finally, sort of a short news day for us today. I wanted to fill you in a little bit on ProctorU. And, of course, one of the things that it wasn't quite a year ago that we started the videos, which for the first 50 days, God help me, were daily, daily, 5 days a week at least, 5 days a week, the Pandemic Paulcast, which probably explains to you how we got to talking about poutine and beer. But I think that started around the end of March. We've got I think a special year anniversary episode in the works for you. But we had, of course, as you know, this rapid switchover from exams being delivered in person to being delivered via ProctorU or by alternative assessment. And we've continued on that through the last 12 months. I want to share with you some really, really interesting stats. So pre-COVID, we had about 700 students in the system with ProctorU. That's 700 students who had written exams at one point, and perhaps more than one, using ProctorU. And we had, I think, maybe about 10 courses that we were using ProctorU actively on in open learning. Since then, in the year that's followed, we have now hit probably just a little bit later today. We're just a little bit shy, probably about 10 or 15 shy of the 9,000 mark. So we will have had 9,000 different students, individual students in the system with ProctorU who have written an exam or exams using that service. And that has really helped us a great deal over the course of the last 12 months. But that gives you a sense of the scale of changes that we've had to make over the course of the year. And of course, we have a lot of courses that have been using alternative final assessments as well. So that does not include them at all. But that is pretty remarkable, and a shout out to everybody on our team who helped make that happen, who helped get those exams up and running. And it was really rough at the start, which is sort of why we started these videos. But we are really, it's been really quite smoothly operating over the last, probably the last 7 or 8 months. So thanks to all of you who've helped with that, and definitely to all of our team. So we're excited to see what comes next with the return to campus, and probably the return to being able to offer, at least as an option, in-person exams. We're not there yet, but we will keep you posted as that develops. So that's it for me for this week. I hope you're doing all right and hanging in there, and lots to look forward to, I think, this summer. So I will sign off for tonight. Please look after yourselves and the ones that you love, and thank you for all that you do for our students, for the students of Open Learning and TRU, and they and we could not do it without you. So take good care, and I'll see you next week. Signing off from the corner of 3rd and St. Paul in downtown Kamloops, it's Paul Martin.